What's going on, everybody? It's Bengi CNOs on behalf of Optimal Agreements Interactive Entertainment LLC. We have two special guests in the building. Was more of a co-host and partner more than a guest. That's SasoDolo. What's going on, Dolo? Say what's up to the people. And then we have a new face in the audience, new face on the desk, and new face in the building. Indianapolis native, Japan local, and singer-songwriter Zen. So welcome to the platform. And then we're going to be talking about part 2 of the Push the Pavement podcast, right? And so this is covering Black History Month presentations, and we're going to just pick back up where we left off. Implicit bias or unconscious prejudices contribute to the unequal treatment of marginalized groups. What do you think about that?
It's pretty good.
What you mean? I mean, it's a fact, but I'm saying, like, what's around the fact? What's the examples? What's your opinion on it?
My opinion on the subject, even though it's a good fact.
You said what?
My opinion on the subject, even though it's a good fact.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say implicit bias or unconscious prejudices contribute to the unequal treatment of marginalized. So maybe somebody gets stopped in a car because they just black in this town that's all white, or maybe they get stopped in the mall. Let's say two people are stealing. Let's say two people are stealing in the same store, and one person just gets profiled. It's like basically, I didn't want to, I wanted to expand on it, but basically number 8 is about profiling. So it's like implicit bias or unconscious prejudices, contribute to the unequal treatment of marginalized groups. So that's what I was saying. So it's like probability that it happens more often in a smaller concentrated group is crazy. Because think about it, they have people that are already in jail, right? Already dead, or already under 18, right? So then you have those kind of groups that's already probably a fourth of the people, and they're probably 18% of the country. So you have a fourth of 18% that's leading the world in imprisonment.
Which is actually crazy in a sense, but not really at all. When you think about it.
You hear me though? That's a fourth of 18% is leading the world in imprisonment after fighting for freedom and having to settle the terms. So I'm gonna just let that cook, you know what I mean? And then we're gonna go to number 9. What's up? What you guys say?
I mean, with full honesty, nothing's really free.
No. I talked to my girl about this yesterday and the last couple of days. You have to learn how to live for free. Once you learn how to live for free, then you find out what you really need. And then you just double down on those things.
I mean, I get that. But see what I'm saying is because think about it. There might be days, you feel me, you find a lucky dollar.
No. But you don't strive for that day. You get to test it at that day. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not just saying the lucky dollar, but after you get that, what are you just gonna do? Are you gonna stack more dollars?
No.
Or are you gonna just accept that $1?
I'm probably gonna just enjoy that, spend that, because I didn't earn that. You know what I'm saying? But no, what I'm saying is we went to the Indians game. We got Indians tickets. They comped it. They gave us complimentary because and we're gonna get her to do the national anthem before the game. She's like, you just gotta present value. The whole high value man shit is bullshit because motherfuckers don't have the idea of what it actually is. They think about high earning people, not high value. Everybody has value. Everybody has worth. You feel what I'm saying? So how can you gauge it if you're not even supposed to be interested in that?
That's
you see what I'm saying?
That's like saying what weighs more, $1 or a 10-pound weight.
You said what?
What weighs more, $1 or a 10-pound weight?
Come on now. That's very silly. We know a 10-pound weight weighs more than $1.
Technically, no, because the dollar's going to always stack up. Man.
No, I'm talking about in literal senses.
Not yet, but it was a tricky question.
And you can sell a 10-pound weight for more than $1.
Because the dollar's going to be stacking, so the weight's going to be heavy.
So if you can get more than one, you can get more than one. And more than one is more than one. So that's better than one. That's what I'm saying. The media often perpetrates racist stereotypes and misrepresentations of people of color. Again, so how does 25% of 18% make the news more often than I'm not even gonna speak on that. Excuse me. But yeah, how does that happen to a sense where you only assume these things until you have contact with an unfamiliar face? What do you think about that? You assume stereotypes. People assume stereotypes, and you have assumptions about things, and maybe you kind of backtrack on things once you actually meet somebody like that. You see what I mean?
I mean, I'm wrong on that, but like the backtracking part is just so I don't fail next month.
What you mean that? What do you mean by that?
Like, to say if okay, I backtrack and I meet the same person, I run into a similar face.
You know, template people. See, I met you before. Even though we just met, I met you before. I can template you. I'm setting up example.
That's what I'm saying, like past life type shit, like reincarnation, all that extra shit. You feel me? Like, there's say we used to kick it before, like back in the back in the medieval days, where you feel me? I mean, like you feel me? You see what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
All right, well, how you feel about that, Dolo?
About the subject?
About what?
Which subject?
About how, like, it says the media often perpetrates racial stereotypes and misrepresentations of the people of color. So it's like the news is always some bad shit. It's never some good shit. It's never like a black school that has 90% blue ribbon black school or no shit like that. It's always some, oh, dropout rates are increasing. No, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's always flip sided.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because that goes into number 10. Number 10 is education systems in the United States have a history of perpetuating racism through unequal funding of resources for schools in predominantly black communities. I mean, how you feel about that? Either of you. Okay, education systems in the United States have a history of perpetuating racism through unequal funding of resources for schools in predominantly black communities.
You're talking about the school system.
What do you say?
You're talking about the school system, my bad.
God damn it.
Personally, the school system's already fucked up.
I'm gonna repeat it after this answer.
Like I say, it's already fucked up. You really gotta think about it. One person, like, everybody wants us to learn equality, you know, shit like that. But what's really equal? What are we really fighting for? What are we? You feel me?
You're just saying fair isn't equal.
Like, you feel me? Like, I know.
Fair isn't
Like,
equal. I learned that shit like a couple years ago. I heard it. I hope my dad used to say it, but I learned it like a couple years ago.
like the realest thing we can really like go back to, like, and this is like relatable shit. Like, nigga, school was really just a test. Not even a test, it's just to find who you were.
It's a simulate. Yeah.
But in reality, you know that shit's not. Sometimes that shit's 98.
No, but sometimes it's very, very.
Man,
One,
that's what I was about
they
to
said
say.
they're like, when did we use y equals mx plus b? This, that, and third. My girl said some shit yesterday about engineering, how you find y-axis points for like different like engineering points. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's when you use y equals. You know what I mean? So it depends on how far you want to go with some shit.
Right.
In which direction? You see what I'm saying?
But like what I'm saying is like there shouldn't be really no race, like seeing race for just wanting to learn.
That's what I know, but that's what I'm saying. After the first contact pause, that's when you be like, oh, you just as fast as me, Jerry Lewis or whatever, or you just as strong as me, or you just as good as me, Magic Johnson, or you know what I'm saying, or you just as smart as me, the dude with the first brain surgery that separated the twins, you know what I'm talking about, or the heart surgery. It's like, oh, okay. And then they cool as hell. Magic and Larry would fuck each other up on the court, but it'd be cool as hell. Respect. Versus the other, Larry said, opposed to his counterpart, he said, it's disrespectful if you put a white man on me tonight. He said, if you have a white man go on me tonight, I take it as disrespect. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But
so it was no racism. It was just he only person good enough is him. I don't care what color he is. I'm giving him buckets. He trying to give me buckets.
I would really say like on the racism topic,
This is truly educational though, because like even like Larry Bird and Magic, they went like opposite coasts after where they started, but they had, no, but I'm saying it's crazy how they went opposite coasts where they started, even type of shit. But it's this like this almost like one, there was no internet, there was no real like phone, caller ID, none of that shit, and then a lot of people, you know what I mean, so shit like that, you get like letters and shit like that, but also racial barriers. Oh, I'm not gonna go there. Oh, you know I'm not gonna go there. You know what I mean, shit like that. So that goes to college and sports too. You know what I'm saying? Bill Russell had what 11, 10, 12 championships and couldn't even get a house.
The real racism started, bro. Not really started, but like remember when Obama became president?
Bro, no. You knock that out of your ears, listeners. Don't repeat that. It was way before 2008. The real racism before 2008? No. But I'm gonna let Mr. Zen, you know what I'm saying, work his shit, you dig? You know what I'm saying? And explain himself. But I hell no. Hold up. All right, that is it.
Because motherfuckers was really mad, bro, when we had a black president. Like,
you don't think they were mad when they were in the same restaurant as somebody for the first time? On a plane for the first time? That president shit, we know what that is. Look, we're not even, you know what I mean? Shout out to Google AdSense, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to what is it? Sun Moon Pirates music group or Sun Pirates music group. I fuck it up. SPMG. Look, that little shit. He like this nigga. No, hold on. One second. We gotta shout out everybody right now because he definitely Johnny did the same shit yesterday. She was talking about some white hungry bitch. I said, when they go to sponsors. So we're gonna get the ass out, bro, our own shit because we really don't have no sponsors. You see what I'm saying? So Sun Pirates music group. Zen Garden Music Group or Music Truth. That'll be hard because you said you was in the what's the name of service? I don't know. Whatever you come up with, we're gonna make it, you know what I mean? And then, you know, interactive entertainment, optimal agreements, favors, you know what I mean? Doing it like that. All right. So the healthcare system in the United States has a history of discrimination against black patients. We touched on that a little bit last time. But I think I want to elaborate on it a little bit because I think that's pivotal because think about it. Planned Parenthood, you think they just stopping at the store? You think they stop it with the pill? Or you think they're going to try and be hands-on with this shit and they realize I get tired of being hands-on with this shit. So now I'm going to make a pill. You think the pill came before the idea or the idea made the pill? You dig? So it's like how many aborted babies really weren't really like could have been saved? You know what I'm saying? Or how many motherfucking or not aborted, miscarriage. You know what I'm saying? A stillbirth.
Motherfuckers did worse.
Not abortion. No, aborting. I've had an abortion. It's part of.
I'm saying motherfuckers did worse than pills.
No, yeah, we're not getting too graphic. We staying at the surface level. But I'm saying like, imagine like a miscarriage or it's called like a stillbirth, and they be like, oh no, it's either you or the baby, type of shit, like the movie Hollywood kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? When it be like shit like that, they try and put pressure on the parent, and so it'd be like, all right. Instead of it could have just been like, all right, we're gonna take it slow. She's gonna stay overnight. Shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, hell no, it's a lot different. So I'm saying like healthcare. Do you all know? You know about the Tuskegee experiment? Tuskegee experiment. Dolo, you know about the Tuskegee experiment? For sure. So it's like shit like that. If that's documented and funded, you think that's the only thing? Like, it's one thing to, you know what I mean, drop you off in somebody else's neighborhood on purpose, which is fucked up. It's another thing to just kill you. It's one thing to kill you and shit, and then, you know what I'm saying, face trial and then just have like the system do what the system does. And it's another thing to just not even report it. Because motherfuckers in the South, I feel like a way about that shit. Motherfuckers in the South, literally that shit was happening. Motherfuckers just won't report, won't even take it. Like, you know what I mean? They'll just leave that shit as it is. You know what I mean? That shit. I was really fucking with that Houston shit. I was really fucking with that goddamn, what's the name, Florida shit, bro. I damn near we gotta still get another, you know what I mean, the other move, but permanent residence, bro, I gotta stay in the north, bro. I have to. That shit, I heard some other shit about, it was on the news. It's called Snoop. Hey, get on this website. Get on this website too. Snoop.com. And that's like all the modern events, but they have like investigative reporters that fact check it, like, oh, this is fake or this is real. You see what I'm saying? And those are just good podcast topics. I like screenshot some of the good shit for like next week. But anyways, back to this shit. The healthcare system been faulty. Kind of like what Dame said. He said, why is no hospitals and shit on the beach? Like by parks and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, how can you rehabilitate somebody in a cage? You see what I'm saying? So the prison industrial complex distorted. I'm good at this shit. I'm playing. The prison industrial complex disproportionately affects Black Americans and perpetuates racism. No, I ordered them. They're not here yet. The prison industrial complex disproportionately affects Black Americans and perpetuates racism. It's not no okay. That's the topic. How you feel about that?
Say that one more time.
The prison industrial complex disproportionately affects Black Americans and perpetuates racism. Yeah.
Pretty much stems from being prejudiced.
That's interesting. That's interesting. You like came up, lived most of your life in the South, and you saying that. That's interesting. So that's the whole thing, the prejudice and the stereotype. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy because my mind is blown that you just said that. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's nuts. Somebody that's not talking about the racism. What y'all they're tribulation. They probably like motherfucking what's the name? But y'all, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. The housing market in the United States has a history of discrimination against Black home buyers and renters.
Against home buyers and renters.
I gotta finish. I'll show you how to get there. I'll go back. Say that one more time.
Say it one more time.
Yeah. The mic got it. I didn't get it. Pause. How we check? Smooth jazz in the background. You know what I'm saying? Brought to you by the local biker people. Always keep me the funky on the motorcycle. You see Drewski skit? Shout out to Drewski. Keep doing your thing. You know what I'm talking about. No. We can't do that here. No, we can't do that here. All right, what we'll do is we'll cut this one a little short. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it funky, keep it groovy, and we'll pick it back up. You know what I'm saying? Here in the future. And so it's Bengi C Notes, Zen, SasoDolo. You know what I'm talking about? Push the Paper Podcast Part 2. And I think we did a good job tonight. I think we touched on some topics with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 7 the first night, 5 this tonight. And so we're gonna have a number of other things that we still gotta do. But you know, in the meantime, in between time, you know what I'm saying, we just keep doing what we're doing, and you know, come up with some new hot shit as we always do. All right, it's Bengi C Notes. Another 24.